bloody sorry, I had my video on in the background as well. I was like, well, big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining us again this afternoon or evening or whatever the bloody time is. 6 o'clock is evening time. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining myself and came back again. We're going to bring you the news surrounding this rumoured Trent contract that is heavily being linked at the moment. We're going to talk about that. Virgil van Dijk coming out and say he wants to stay at Liverpool and sign a new deal, so that looks like going to happen. The only one who ain't said anything is Mo Salah, so we're going to chat about that. We're also going to chat about transfers and everything going on. But before we start, my man K-Mac, how you doing?
I'm good. Hope everyone's well. Maybe some new contracts might stop us from all melting down.
No,
it's not going to happen, is it?
No. Big up everyone. We got you in chat as well. Yeah, so look, obviously the Liverpool fan base has been, bipolar, could we say?
Toxic?
For a while. Yeah. Look, I'm not going to still say signing, because I know what's going to happen. People going to say, why can't we sign Trent? Why can't we sign players at the time we do contracts? I get that. I think me and K-Mac could go through it and try and understand why we're doing it this way in a minute. But look, before we start the show, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You know what to do around here. Go and subscribe to K-Mac, of course. Remember, likes, guys. Likes are what make the channel grow more than anything. So, yeah, hitting that like button will do wonders to the channel. It puts it in that amazing YouTube algorithm and it gets washed up on people's shores that have never seen my videos before. So yeah, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. We got Andre in the chat as well, and he has in the chat. See a load of people in the chat already. Right, let's talk about this rumoured contract about Trent Alexander-Arnold, K-Mac. It's been rumoured all day. A lot of people that are, quite a lot of people that are in the know and quite reliable on these sort of things are saying that, rumour is Trent's going to get a contract. Some people saying 2028, some people saying 2029. But the figure that seems to be going around is 300 grand a week. Now, you and me spoke about Trent's contract a while ago and said might be around that 250, 260 mark. But we also said, with Real Madrid breathing down their neck, you basically got to give Trent whatever he wants. And look, 300 grand a week, we're going to have two players, possibly. This is all rumours still. It's all rumours, man. Nothing's a fact yet, but we're going to talk about it. We could have two players on 300 grand a week, two very important players over 300 grand a week, where apparently we're a team that don't pay wages. So it's interesting what's going on. They've either really decided to break their wage structure now, or the way the club is run, they feel like they can now afford to give players bigger and better contracts. Go for it, K-Mac. What do you think?
Or Salah's next contract is 300 grand.
Yeah, and he goes down a bit.
Yeah. Does that not make more sense? We reduced the wage structure because Salah was on the highest we've ever paid, and because he's going to get his last contract and he's in his 30s, we could definitely say, well, we're going to give you 300. So we're going to have a structure where there's going to be a bunch of players that are all going to be on similar wages, which makes perfect sense. If Virgil signs, which it looks like he will, if we put all three of them on 300 grand, and they're all the three best players, like you clearly are, right? That makes a lot of sense. I mean, to be honest, Trent is in the top 95 percentile in pretty much every statistic there is.
Yes,
like,
it's mad.
How Trent is not on 300 grand a week already is beyond me.
And that's what he'd get if he went around. That's what he'd get if he went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, like he's on 180 grand now.
Yeah,
like he should be on 300 grand for what
when did he sign his old contract? How old was he?
I was just looking. So it was a 3-year contract, I believe. Let me just.
So it'd have been 22.
Let me just double check.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of age. You know, if he was 22 when he signed a 180 grand a week contract, it's actually a pretty good contract for a 22-year-old.
Yeah, he was on the same as Robbo for a while. Like the pair of them
Yeah.
kind of went up together in increments,
Yeah.
but he got a bigger boost.
Naturally.
I think he got like it was a 40 grand boost in it because Robbo's on 140 and he's on 180. So you got an extra 40 grand boost. It's probably because he's English, if I'm honest, mate.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 5 years younger than Robbo as well, ain't he? And
yeah,
he's the future of the football club. But look, 300 grand a week is the rumoured. That sort of price hasn't. No matter who's doing the rumours and who's talking about these Trent rumours at the moment, every one of them, the price is still 300 grand. It's just the year changes, either 2028 or 2029. Look, what we're hoping for, obviously, is this rumour to be true. It looks like what James Pearce has said today, the main thing they wanted to do this summer before they did anything was sign Trent up. I think if Trent signs, I think we spoke about this. If Trent signs, I think, everyone else follows. And the rumours out there as well today with Virgil is that Virgil wants to stay at the football club. He doesn't want to go anywhere. So he wants to sign a new deal.
That's in 3 different newspapers now.
Yeah, so it's obvious. I think David Lynch even reported it as well.
Yeah, I mean the Virgil one is huge, by the way, because I was sat there going, "Oh God, if Kevin De Bruyne goes to Saudi, that's his best mate." Like, I don't know. I was starting to convince myself that he might go. But that's great news. I mean, that's really, really good news. I mean, let's be honest. Like, we probably all panicked over nothing, because they're all coming back off holiday, and they've probably been discussing contracts for weeks now. And they come back off holiday and go, yeah, I'm signing, done. And we've all just had massive meltdowns and lost God knows how much sleep.
We haven't.
we haven't, but fans. Not me. Well, to be fair, I've lost quite a lot of sleep, but I think that's just because I'm getting old, because it's my birthday soon.
My birthday's literally next Saturday.
Mate, our birthday's about 4 days apart, I think. Mine's on the 28th.
Oh no, yours is at the end of I'm on the 2nd. Yours is at the end of the month.
Yeah, mine's on the 28th July. It's just
big at Adam in the chat. Make sure you go and subscribe to Adam's channel as well. Any mods in the chat that could put Adam's channel and K-Mac's channel links in the live chat. I'd appreciate
that. Thanks.
We're slowly starting to cook. Look, we'll get to all this in a minute, but with big up for ends. I swear, ends, yourself, me, Savage, quite a few people I know that do Liverpool YouTube have all been quite chilled. It's the other side. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe we could older. So I don't know.
I did have a rant
recently, but you're allowed to rant.
It wasn't specifically about
I know what your rant was.
That was about other things, but we're not going into that.
I know what your rant was about.
That's done.
I know what your rant was about. But look, Virgil. If Virgil's going to sign a new contract as well, I'm going to take it. His jump's going to be the same as well, around that 300 grand a week mark.
I think so.
Because isn't he on 200 already?
I think he's on 280, mate, or 240.
Yeah, he's on quite a bit already. And
you know what? I'm gonna check on both of those contracts,
because I think there was one time Salah's on the most, we know, and then I think Virgil and Thiago are equally on 200. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, if Virgil doesn't want to go anywhere, Virgil's literally, and there's no real rumours about Virgil. I don't think there's any. There's mixed in the chat. People saying 220, 240. He's on big wages anyway.
240.
He's on 240 a week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's why Virgil's never moaned about wages. So
he did sign he signed a 6-year contract.
he
when
signed
joined, you know,
he signed a big
and a
deal.
1-year extension.
Yeah.
In well,
He
not
signed
last
a
year, the year
big
before.
he signed a big contract. If he's on 240, you're gonna be looking at that's 300 as well, probably a 60 grand increase.
Yeah, he signed an extension in 2023 for another year. Yeah, at the same price, 240. But he's
So
been
if
on 240 since 2022, by the way.
yeah, where he got his extension. Yeah, I see a 60 grand increase to 300. Wouldn't shock me.
If we have like that system where everyone kind of stays on the same, all our top earners are all on the same wage.
Like you can get 300 grand a week at this club. It's more
that does
enticing
make a
for
lot
other
more
people.
sense.
Yeah, it does. And if you put like Allison, I'm sure Allison's got a year, you know, a couple of years longer than the other guys have got. I think his contract runs out in 2027. Allison will probably go to 300 grand a week as well. Maybe that's how they're looking at it. 300 grand a week is where we're happy with a lot of our top talent. And, you know, and that's a great wage. I mean, there's not many teams that are paying over 300 grand a week for certain players. So I'm happy with that.
I've just actually found out that Trent's wage is different than what people are saying.
Go on.
Trent's wage. So he had a bump in 2023 from 160 to 192. So there must have been some kind of just automatic increment increase.
Yeah, maybe it was game.
You know, the way people have that in their wages.
Maybe it was like game played or something like that. Yeah.
So he's on 192 now.
Yeah. And he's going up to 300 if he signs that new deal. Which is
that does tally with some of the increases with like Salah's increase was round about 100 grand. Like it, yeah. I mean, he is coming to his prime. That's an interesting one. I'm just going to see what Ali's on actually. Where is he?
I think Ali's on about.
I mean, we've saved like nearly 400 grand in wages, by the way. So anyone like talking about wages,
I do think it's a bit of a myth that Liverpool don't pay good wages.
225 Ali's on.
Yeah, I mean that's great for a goalkeeper. I mean, what
I
believe
so he had a bump.
Yeah,
he had a bump from 190 to 225 last year.
I believe Alisson is on more than Edison at City. You know,
I think he probably is. His contract runs out in 2027, by the way.
Yeah, he's got time, man. He's got time,
which is great.
I wouldn't be surprised next year they try and extend that because I don't think this with everyone who's running the club now. I very much will doubt we go to 12 months left on players again, and it's players they don't care about.
I'll tell you a wage that'll surprise you. Canate's on 71 grand.
Yeah, because he was a young guy when we signed him, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's due a new contract next year.
Yeah, he's only young. This is the
Actually,
thing.
Not next year. 2026.
Yeah, he's got 2 years. He's got 2 years left in his deal because we bought him.
That's an interesting one. That
we bought him 3 years ago, didn't we? So
yeah, I thought he was.
He signed a 5-year deal. But you got to remember, these players were really young when we bought them. The way we do wages, we give incentives, don't we? So
yeah,
we don't do things stupid like give a 20-year-old 200 grand a week straight off the bat. Which some people would disagree with that, and some people will say maybe sometimes if we want them world-class 20-year-olds, you just got to do it, and that's understandable. But Canate at 21, 22 doesn't need 200 grand a week straight away. And for people that moan about it, Canate signed the deal. He was obviously all right with it.
Yeah.
He was obviously all right with it. No one put a gun to his head and said, you have to sign this. He signed the deal. So I don't get why fans get upset how much players get paid when the players are happy with what they get paid. It's always confused me, that one. So how dare this club? They're so cheap. How dare they give only Diaz 55 grand a week? Never heard Diaz complain. It's anyone else.
Guess how much Quance is on? Guess how much Quance is on?
7.5 grand.
No. 3,100.
Yeah, because our youth system, the way we do it.
That's insane. How good was he last season for 3 grand?
Do you know why? It's because our youth system and the way we do our youth system, we have them special contracts with the youth kids, don't they? Where they can't, they're
Yeah,
not allowed to drive a car more than a 1.3 litre engine
yeah.
or something. They're not allowed to come to work in watches and jewellery.
Guess how much Bradley's on? Oh my God.
1.5K, 2K.
No, 4.5.
Yeah, and that's,
Wow.
you know what? Considering
No
they're
wonder we can
only,
offer Trent 300.
and that considering, look, they were only in the youth team 12 months ago.
Nuts. But that is nuts. That
That's a
that
youth
is
team
running your
wage.
club the right way, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Yeah. And think about it, came out. That's youth team wages. That's not first team wages yet.
Yeah.
That's a youth team contract they got. That's a because they've only just got promoted to the first team last year.
Mad thing.
So obviously their next contract they get a nice bump.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point why that's what is it. What's the youth blokes what's his name? The coach. Who's the coach at the youth team who set all this up?
Alex Inglethorpe.
That's it. Yeah, now apparently he's a first team coach now, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, apparently got promoted to the first team.
Oh, Curtis Jones did get a pay rise, by the way.
Yeah, Curtis Jones got a pay rise.
Yeah, he's on 67 grand now.
Which
he's not on 47. Everyone thought he was on like a lot less. He's on 67 grand.
67 grand for a 23-year-old. I mean, what we like?
Joe Gomez is only on 90, mate.
Yeah,
like
and
we don't pay huge wages. Like he's only on a little bit less than Canate. So
I honestly don't see a problem with it. It's none of my business. Do you know what I mean? What people earn, but for some reason,
the players' wages are a bit all over the gaff, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like it's like the players that Jurgen signed in the last couple of years all got mad wages.
Yeah.
And then players that are quite similar to the way to in playing in the squad and how they compete are on a lot lower. So there's like a bit of I feel like there's a bit of a gap there that needs to kind of be joined. Otherwise that could be a bit of friction there.
But you know the mad thing about Gomez, didn't he only sign a brand new monster deal 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
So
but he was on like 40 grand, I think, for ages.
Yeah, so he's gone up to 90 grand a week. I mean,
he was on he was on 75 grand for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And then he went up to 95. I mean, he's happy with that. I know I will be.
Double A is saying we're getting his fingers used, Capology, and Allison 100%. It's not on 200.
I'm getting it from a website called salarysport.com, which is like top of the Google search, basically. And it's also an AI tool as well. And also the company I work for sponsors it. So I kind of trust that one, like.
There you go. Let me just get something up here.
It's also got basketball, American football, baseball, motorsports. Like it's got every thing in there. So I don't know. I don't know how good it is, but the numbers are slightly different, and maybe they're in dollars that you're looking at. Which maybe that's what I looked at as well in the past. I looked at dollars, but these are actually in pounds. So they might have done the calculation, like the calculation. I don't know.
All right, let's continue our chat about Trent Alexander-Arnold, though. So, as I said, the rumours are he's going to be offered 300 grand a week. What do we think? Perfect price? I mean, he is a right back. I mean, I don't know how many right backs are on 300 grand a week. He'd be the most obvious. Would he be the most expensive fullback in the Premier League? Probably.
I think so. I mean, Kyle Walker's on 180.
Yeah, I know Kyle Walker's not as much as people think. Yeah, there's a lot of Man City players that are on wages people wouldn't think. You know, they're on a lot less than people realise. But 300k a week. Now, we said it the other day that with Madrid sniffing around, Trent does hold obviously all the armory on this deal, and Liverpool are not going to want Trent to leave, and they're going to have to give him what he wants. But we because we mentioned 250, didn't we? Sort of equal to what Reece James gets at Chelsea. But for me,
Yeah,
Trent's
I'm
a
going to
better
look at
player.
Reece James now. That's a good shout.
Trent's a better player than Reece James. So
250 Reece James is on.
I think 300 grand just gets Trent to sign that contract. I only see it as well. I've been listening to Trent quite a bit. I don't know if anyone's. He's been doing a few interviews lately, ain't he, Trent?
Yeah,
and
they've been quite good. They've been quite good,
yeah,
by the way.
And nothing out of these interviews ever come out. It's like he wants to leave.
Nope.
I don't think he ever
or play in midfield.
No,
or play in midfield, which is weird.
I think Trent literally just wants to play right back for Liverpool for his whole career.
Yeah, I think he does.
And I think what players do, and it's a sensible thing to do. Use like if you work for a company and your contract's coming out and another company wants to poach you, you use that other company to get a better deal for yourself, don't you? That's what you do. You want to stay at you want to stay at your company, but you know that other company's after you, so you use them to get yourself a better deal. And I think that's what Trent's doing with Real Madrid. I literally feel like he's just using Real Madrid to get himself a better deal at the club he wants to stay at. And I know people might not think this because it might not be like that at other clubs. People that might not use that at other clubs, but I do think being a Scouser and being captain of Liverpool is something special and maybe different to. I think only being a Manc and being captain of Manchester United probably equals that. So being a Scouser and being captain of Liverpool, people might not look at it. What does a captain really mean? What's it? But you, especially being from Liverpool, K-Mac, it's different. It's different, ain't it? It's different, ain't it? It's different.
Yeah. Well, he's emulating his hero Gerrard, isn't he, as well? So
yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Sorry, I've just got to answer those questions that people asked me in the chat.
Yeah, go for it.
So the website's called salarysport.com, and Jota's on 140, 140k a week.
Yeah.
Same as Nunes. Same as Nunes. Dom's on 120. Gravenberch is on 160. Alexis McAllister's on 150. I have no idea how he's managed to wangle that Gravenberch, but he has.
Well, Gravenberch was on even more at Bayern Munich, wasn't he?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
So we had to.
It's crazy.
Like Liverpool fans, like we were speaking about Lenny Yoro and the deal Man United gave him as a youngster. I think we do forget how much we gave Gravenberch. As a midfielder who weren't guaranteed to be a starter for us.
He'd be our 8th highest paid player, aged 18.
And
come on.
And Gravenberch, how old's Gravenberch? 21, 22?
I think he's 22 now. How old is he? No, he's 21.
He's 21.
Crazy.
He's 21. He's on that much wage. That's what I'm trying to say. I think we forgot.
I can't work that signing out, mate. I just can't.
And he took a pay cut because he was on, because there's no if Gravenberch weren't on that money at Bayern Munich, he would have came to Liverpool.
He on 220?
Yeah, he took a big pay cut
or something.
He took a big pay cut. But if he went on that money at Bayern Munich and we signed him straight from Ajax, he would have probably gone on like 80, 70 grand a week. 60 grand a week. But because we signed him from Bayern Munich, he had to take a pay cut. Yeah, it was that's why we have to pay him so much, which for me is a reason he probably going to stay around for a little while because they got so much money invested in him. He needs to sort of work. So yeah, that's why Gravenberch.
I mean, if we signed him from Ajax, that would have been amazing because he was really good at it. It's just stagnated when he left.
Everyone wanted. If we bought him straight from Ajax, everyone would be like doing cartwheels because he was talked about as one of them, the Fodens and Bellinghams of the world, weren't he at the time? This new, fresh young faces that are coming through in international football. But let's hope it works out for him because he is a talent.
I hope so.
We hope it works out.
So. I will say though, this isn't like a dig at Gravenberch. Well, it kind of is. But he did the dirty on Ajax, by the way, and he sat out his contracts, like, and got them to sell him on the cheap. Like, he literally said, I'm just gonna sit out my contract and go on a free, and Ajax panicked and sold him for like 20 million to buy in. Like, he did the dirty on them. Like, sorry.
He did, but unfortunately, players. It's the only thing I
Players
don't
do
like
it.
about football. Players are allowed to do it, and that's why I sort of don't like the Boston ruling, because it just frees players up to have all the power they. And Arsene Wenger said it a while ago. He said it a few years ago. You're going to see more transfers being free transfers in the future, where players run out their contracts because the money they can receive being a free transfer. And you're sort of right. Like Kylian Mbappe. How does Kylian Mbappe go for free from PSG to Real Madrid?
I know.
It shouldn't happen. But
Like
then he's signing on. He's
spent
signing on
like
fees 150 million.
130 odd million when he was like 17.
Yeah, it's just it's bad. But I like Graham Birch. I think.
Oh, big up, Jen. Big up, Jen. I haven't seen you in ages. Hope you're well.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus. Big up, Jen. Yeah, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's all right, Graham Birch, because there is a talent there. There's no doubt about it.
And he's got a manager that's willing to probably work with him more and not just dump him in the team and expect him to play whatever position.
I think Graham Birch will improve under Slot, because I think Slot will give him a little. It'll suit his game a little bit more than it did before with Jurgen. But Pimp in the house as well. You're doing well. But yeah, 300 grand a week. Everyone in the chat, let me know what you think about Trent and 300 grand a week. I personally think like it's a great deal for Trent, obviously, and it's a great deal for the football club, because there's not a chance in hell we can afford to let Trent Alexander-Arnold go. Arnold go. Not a chance in hell. And then with rumours that Virgil, like, he wants to sign a new deal and stay at the football club, which would be massive for us. The fact that he sees his future at Liverpool is a massive blow to other people and rival fans who think he was going to leave. But yeah, I was on a video yesterday on Never a Foul, and they were basically saying that one of the Arsenal fans was saying there that Liverpool are going to need Jesus next season, was his quote. Because we're going to lose Trent, we're going to lose Virgil, and Mo Salah's probably going to leave as well when you got Arne Slot as your new coach. Well, at the moment, we're keeping our best players, so that's
where
all.
Where does he play? Does he play in Spain? Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. But yeah, I think it's really important for Liverpool to keep hold of these three players. We've said it time and time again. Even if they didn't sign a new deal, just keep them for bloody 12 months at least to let Arne Slot bed in. But rumours at the moment, we don't know if it's true or not. It's just rumours are mounting on social media and everywhere and in the papers at the moment that Trent is very close to signing a massive monster contract with Liverpool Football Club. And the fact that James Pearce has not denied it, and he denies everything. He even denied his parents were his parents once. It's mad. He denies everything, just James Pearce. And the fact that he hasn't come out and said anything pretty much tells me, yeah. And David Lynch, I think came out and said it looks like Virgil and Trent are at the football club.
There was a lot of rumours a while ago, though, that we pretty much sorted the Trent contract out before the Euros. It was just, there was still a couple of things to sort out, which was around image rights, which is probably to do with the shirt sponsor. Sorry, the shirt manufacturer, and the actual length of the contract. But that was before the Euros. Like, I'm not sure where that came from, by the way. But there was a lot of rumours around that the Trent contract was pretty much done. Like, so, he probably just spoke to him while he's on holiday and just or his agents, and just just sorted out the last bits, and there you go. Yeah, he's done. And all the other stuff probably just came from Real Madrid trying to unsettle him, which is what they're really good at.
Yeah, Yeah,
They do that thing, don't they, where they get all their media outlets to just say, Real Madrid are getting him, he's leaving on a free, he's turning down a new contract, he's going to sign a free. You know, they do all of that stuff, don't they? And it works.
Yeah.
It works really well for them.
Big up Rose says 300k for a defender is mad. I hear you. I'm not going to disagree totally with you, but if we want to keep it, we've done it to ourselves as a football club by letting Trent have 12 months left in his deal, you know, and he's using the Madrid factor as well, which you can't blame him. I would do the same. We probably all would, to get the best deal for yourself. And Liverpool got to pay the man what they think it needs to be paid. But the fact of the matter is, if he does get a long contract to like 28 or 2029, he's getting 300 grand a week. That means to buy Trent Alexander-Arnold, to actually physically buy him, you're looking at 150, at least 150 million minimum to actually buy Trent, which pretty much says Trent's going to be at Liverpool for life, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, if you really look at the grand scheme of things, then there's another right back who plays for Bayern Munich who's on what, 280 in Kimmich?
Yeah, Kimmich on 280, I believe. Yeah,
and they're similar type players. They are similar type players. Like they're very heavily involved in games. They're not just a right back. You know, Kimmich was instrumental in how Germany played. Like he really was. Like,
yeah,
he got 2 assists as well. Yeah, I see Trent similar to Kimmich, and if you look at Kimmich is like 29 now, isn't he? Trent's just turned 25. Like you've got another 4 years of Trent before he's even Kimmich's age. So 300 grand, and he's a vice captain. You know, he's one of the mainstay players in the team now. You know, he's been at the club longer than anybody else apart from Gomez. In fact, no, he's been at the club longer than anyone else because he was there when he was a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think you have to pay him. I think you have to pay him the highest of wage. And if we do a wage cap at 300, and that's kind of where it sits, you know, Virgil goes on that, Trent goes on that, Salah kind of drops down to that because his next contract, he's getting older. I'm absolutely fine with that, and that's also kind of leveled out Liverpool's wage structure again. Because didn't we boost it from 300 to 350 for Salah?
Yeah.
Wasn't the highest wage we've ever had 300? Was that Gerrard?
I don't know what Stevie was actually. I don't think it would have been
anyone. Can anyone say what that was? Because we broke the wage structure to get to Salah. So what was it previous? Was it 250 or was it 300?
I don't know what Gerrard. Because back then, when Stevie was playing, we weren't really talking about wages. Like no one really spoke about wages and stuff like that back when Stevie was playing, were they? Like the early 2000s, because it's something that never came up back in them days. But you know, 100 grand a week in the year 2001, 2002 was like the highest of the high, weren't it, wages wise? I'm not sure what Stevie was on. It wouldn't surprise me if he was only on 150 or something like that, but it looked mad. But back then, that's a lot of money back in the early 2000s.
Find out what
look, let me just do these super chats. Big up, you're in with the super sticker. Much love, my friend. Big up to you. Do appreciate it. Also, Jen back in the house. Massive super chat. Bigging up me and K-Mac. Much love to Jen. Thank you very much. Honestly, been a member for 17 months. What a fella. Big up to you, man. Trent said he wants to become a Liverpool legend. Yeah, exactly. We were hearing all this, and that's why me and people like me and K-Mac and Ends and stuff like that I know, we were being patient for a reason, because we're not. It doesn't mean, I think people get it wrong, but especially between me and K-Mac, because we're being patient doesn't always mean we're happy. We're just we're just being patient with things. You know, it doesn't mean we're happy with the circumstance. And I think people get that wrong about us, especially. Big up James as well. I saw this, I starred it. According to the football terrorist, Slot doesn't know what he's doing, and we're broke and won't sign anyone, and I'll fall out the top 4. Yeah, well, this is football. Welcome to footballing YouTube. Unfortunately, this is the issues with footballing YouTube. The problem is everyone talks and talks and says things, and then it comes back to bite you on the arse, which is another reason I'm staying patient with everything, because it makes me look great if it all works out well and I can tell you do I told you so video and be
And
right
me.
arsehole. Yeah. But yeah, it's just that Chelsea fans, I've heard Chelsea fans today say the maddest shit, guys. It's the maddest shit. After their club has spent over £1.5 billion and wasted it, they're apparently finishing above Liverpool next season.
They just bought like a left back from someone in America for like £9 million
No one's ever
never heard of. What's all that about?
And they got the manager from
Caleb Wiley or something like that. His name is like what?
Yeah,
Like, what's going on there? It's mad.
They got a midfielder that's got so many issues at the moment, and they're probably going to have to let him go, and he cost them 105 million. So there's issues there as well. But this is what happens. I'm just going to wait for the season to start because at the end of the day, as Liverpool fans, in Liverpool, look, should we be competing for a title? Yes. Are we doing enough for us to compete for a title right now? No. We can all admit that. But the transfer window's not ended yet. Let's see what happens when the transfer window ends and see where all our ducks lie, and then we can have a proper chat about it. Big up, God. Big up to you, man. If it's 300k a week, Trent needs to sign for 7 years. So the rumors are I'm hearing is seeing 2029, which would obviously be a 5-year extension and 1 year to what he's got already. So yeah, it'd be 5 to 6 year extension. That would take him till he's 30, 31.
No, I don't think he will. I think he'll probably go to 29, 30 because that's normally the year when you sign your last contract.
Yeah.
Like, and then after that you just get like, extension, not a main contract. Mate, I really hope we don't like put him on like 300 grand till he's like 32, because you just don't know. Like, the adults are back in the room now, so it would make sense that. Okay, so I can give you some structure on that. In 2021, Virgil van Dijk was the highest paid player on 220 grand, and then Mo Salah got his contract for 350. And then all the others kind of went up behind him. Like, so Virgil went up to 240, if that makes sense. So we broke our structure to get Salah on that contract. So it went from, he was on 200, by the way. So we got 150 grand pay rise, Salah, in 2021. Yeah. And rightly so, let's be honest, rightly so.
Yeah, of course.
So we broke our wage structure was 220 with Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil, like, and if Virgil,
I didn't know Suarez was on 200k though. Bloody hell.
Well, we re-signed Suarez when Arsenal tried to buy him, didn't we?
That was 200 grand.
So we gave him a new contract to keep him. So yeah, we gave him monster money, I think, and rightly so. It's Suarez. I mean,
yeah, rightly so. Yeah, it was mental. Absolutely mental.
Yeah, one of the greatest seasons I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, it also is the greatest.
There was a graphic. There was a graphic that Sky Sports brought up for Salah. Have you seen it? And you basically got Suarez, and you basically got Suarez's goals, and then you got team goals.
Oh
the rest
of
the Premier League,
Suarez,
and he scored more than like
he missed 8
14
games as
teams.
Well. He missed 8 games as well. This is the mad thing,
and he kept on hitting the post as well.
He missed 8 games. Could you imagine if he played every game? You're looking at 40 odd goals. You're looking at 40 odd goals.
If he played every game, he would have been in the numbers Haaland hit. He would have.
Yeah.
And he hit the post a lot as well, by the way. He was a serial post hitter, remember?
The greatest shot I've ever seen is when Suarez hit that volley against Arsenal, hit the post.
Wow.
From about 40 yards out. So everyone remember it was a corner, came out, and Suarez just hit it on the volley and it smacked them. If that went in, it's arguably the greatest goal I've ever seen. But yeah, look, the wage structure at Liverpool is different to a lot of other teams. A lot of fans of our fan base don't like it. I've always said that I'm just on the opinion that if the players ain't moaning about it and they're easy to extend their contracts, then so be it. I mean, if Diaz ever wanted a contract extension, it's very easy to up his wages. But look, hopefully, fingers crossed, these rumours that are mounting today do happen, and Trent does sign that new deal in the next couple of days, and he's on 300 grand a week, and we could put that behind us. Then Virgil follows suit with a brand new contract as well. And then the only one's Mo Salah. It's a weird one. It's a weird one with Mo because we've not really heard anything from Mo yet, have we? Like, we've not heard anything coming out of the woodwork about Mo. We've heard rumours about Trent and Virgil consistency saying they want to stay. Mo looks very happy, though, so he doesn't look like he's depressed and wants to move away or anything. I think Mo's contract's the hardest to do, ain't it? Because he is on 350 a week. He is, I don't know if he's 32 yet or he's 32 now or what, but let's just say he's going to be 32 and he's on 350 grand a week. Now, I don't care what club you are, City, Liverpool, Man United, that's a massive amount of money. And when your player is into his 30s, as a football club, you have to just, I believe, take your time with it and work out what is the best scenario. Is Salah on the downturn? Or is he just a Salah and he's still Salah of old and he put such a level up that it's very hard for him to always be consistent at that level, but he's still a tremendous player. What do you think? What do you think came out? Because it is, I think, the most difficult one for Liverpool to do, the Salah deal.
Yeah, the Salah one. I think the Salah one's difficult because he's so wanted in the Middle East, and they offered 150 million last year. We turned it down, and then it looks like they offered a loan, which was even crazy for them, because someone from the Football Association in Saudi Arabia actually said the loan they offered was unreal. Like, it was just unfathomable, I think. So God knows how much they offered for the loan. Maybe 10 million a kick at the ball or something. I don't know. But we turned that down as well. But I said this on my show as well when I probably had that rant. Like, I really don't think people understand how good Salah is. Like, this guy, his producing numbers on a Messi, Ronaldo level. Like, he just is. Like, and he has been for like 7 years. Like, it's just insane. Like, and he's not given up. Like, he's not slowed down. Like, he still hit the high numbers last year, and he was injured for like 3 months, like, in and out. And towards the end of the season, he had a poor season. Like, he did. Like, there's no doubt that he did. And he does have poor seasons when he comes back from AFCON. That is a regular thing. But he still manages to hit mental numbers, like assists and goals and chances created and all of those other things.
You
can't take that out of your team. Like, you can't just remove that out of a team and just get one player to replace it. It takes a different way of playing or a number of players to replace that. So for us to just sign him on a new contract on the same wages he's got is the right thing to do. Because, okay, what if Salah drops off by 20%? It's still better than Núñez. It's still better than Jota. It's still better than the majority of Premier League players. Like, I know you've got like Watkins and a couple of other players that kind of had big seasons, but there wasn't many players that stick with the numbers Salah gets. You've only got your Kanes and you got your Haalands. They hit those numbers repeatedly in the Premier League. Salah does that every single year. So even if you lose 20% of Salah because of a drop-off, he's still top 3, top 4 in the Premier League, like assists and goals. Like, you can't remove that out of the team. So give him what he wants, or let him leave on a free and keep him for another 12 months. And you've got 12 months to then work on persuading him to stay.
Yeah. I hear. I keep saying this as well. You can't let Mo go right now. You just.
I want him to get as high as he can in history. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to try and overtake Billy Little. I want him to try and get near. He's never going to get near Ian Rush. Let's be fair. But there's a couple of others below that which he's got a chance of getting there. I mean, Ian Rush was like, didn't he leave the club, come back, leave the club again, and come back again?
Yeah,
and play till he was like 39 or something.
He went to Italy for 18 months, didn't he?
Yeah.
Look, if Salah joined 5 years before he did, he might have had a chance. He definitely might have had a chance. But I'm with you.
I still think if he stayed for like another 4 years, because I think Salah's got
second ever. He could be our second ever.
I think Salah's got Lewandowski like fitness. Like,
yeah, look at him. He's a machine. You know, he looks after himself extremely well. He looks great, and
he also wore the captain's armband, by the way.
Yeah, and a friendly as well. He also sort of played. You know, he played wide in the first half, and he sort of went in number 9 in the second half. So it's something Slot might play about with Salah all season. He's a complete footballer, though, ain't he? He scores goals, he creates goals. I just don't know why. Look, you'll never go find. It's very hard to find another Mo Salah for numbers wise. You can find players that may be technically better and bring you a different skill set and a different game, but number wise, as a right winger, there's very few in world football right now that gives you numbers as a right winger as Mo Salah. It's like he's made it normal. Me and Mods were saying this last night.
It's not normal. It's just not normal.
It's like he's made it normal that a right winger gets 40 GA a season. You know that.
It's just not normal, mate.
when we see wingers getting like 9 or 10 goals and like 6 or 7 assists a season, you know, like,
get all excited.
That's actually pretty good in reality, because we see someone like Mo Salah getting 20 goals, 10 assists. We're like, yeah, that's just not right for a right wing. He gets numbers most number 9s would love to get.
Yeah,
and that's and we'd be mad to let that go. And also, I don't trust anyone else to still get the goals and assists that Mo gets in our team at the moment. And that is, I think, why the club might be looking at him and thinking, right, we've got a year on Mo. Let's not rush this. Let's look around, because we've got to see what Darwin and Jota could do this year as well. See if they can step up their game and see what Mo does as well. You know, Mo might be on the decline. Who knows? Father Time taps you on the shoulder eventually. He just does. Father Time is unbeatable. No one's ever defeated Father Time. And he taps you on the shoulder one day and it's game over. You could be looking great one day and then the next day it's all done. So I do think Liverpool will take their time with Mo this season, K-Mac. I don't know if you agree. I think they will just let it roll out.
I totally agree. Like,
yeah,
I totally agree. I also, I mean, can you bring up Honesty's comments for a sec?
This one here.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. And I feel like that was something that would have carried on with Klopp. I think it would have carried on with Klopp. If we kept Klopp for another 2 years, we'd be relying on Mo again. Like, that's just inevitable. But I feel like the new manager may see him in a different role. And
might be more creative.
Mo is so good. He's so good that he could easily adapt to a different role. Like, and that comment from AA is really good as well. If you can bring that up, mate. The one about Kane with the numbers.
Where's that? Underneath it. Kane has 213 Prem goals. 100 to 157. You need 57.
That is a reason why. That is a reason why Mo might stay as well. Mo loves a record.
That is, he loves records. That is mad.
That's mad.
He's a right winger. He's not always in a position to score. You know, a number 9.
Literally, the whole of Tottenham has been created for Kane for so many years. Like, literally everything is for Kane.
he's arguably the best striker for goals in world football at
Yeah,
that time as well.
absolutely.
Don't know if he is right now, but he has been. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, he just got golden boot, mate, in the top 5
in
leagues.
Germany.
Kane,
Yeah,
Kane did.
He's an elite goal scorer. No one can debate that.
That is such a good point. Like, Mo loves a record, and for Mo to know that Kane isn't there anymore and he could chase down that number,
57
there's no reason why he couldn't. He's not going to get to Alan Shearer.
No, but 57 is a lot. I mean,
that's
got
like
to be
what, 3 years. 3 years.
It would take him 3 seasons, probably.
20 goals a season.
Yeah.
That takes him up
it all
to
depends
34.
how Slot play. It all depends how Slot wants to play him as well. If Slot feels like he wants him to be more of a creative winger with his ability in passing and setting up his strikers, or if he feels like Mo can play in that number. Look, if Mo plays the number 9 position and he gets used to it, yeah, he could do that in 2 seasons.
No one's getting in ahead of him.
No, if Mo could play, if they find out a way of playing Mo as a number 9, and he can play with his back to goal at times, and he can. I think there was a time, I can't remember what season it was, that Mo did play the number 9 for a few.
He did,
games.
and he was really good.
Yeah, and he just ran in behind. Look, Mo hasn't got Darwin. Mo's not as quick as Darwin as a number 9, but Mo's not slow, and he doesn't need a lot of room, and he's so strong. He'll outmuscle most centre backs.
And you know what's so good about Mo? He stays onside all the time.
Mo's barely offside.
He's very rarely offside. Very rarely offside.
And Mo likes to play off the shoulder as well, so that tells you his game intelligence as well. Yeah,
I'm starting to get goosebumps thinking about Mo next year now.
Yeah, Mo's incredible, man. He's absolutely incredible. But look, let's talk about transfers. Obviously, no one's happy still. There's rumours of Trent signing this massive contract on this massive wage, and people are still moaning. I'm not going to disagree with people. You should be able to make transfers and contracts at the same time. So I'm not disagreeing with people. I think I saw Grizz put out a tweet earlier, which I agreed with, when he said that something along the lines that, look, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards came into a team where your 3 best players have got 12 months left in their contract, and also you need to buy players to replace certain players in the team that have left at the same time. That is a lot of work to do. People might not like the fact, and people might not understand it, but it is a lot of work to do. You got your 3 best players, apart from Alisson, arguably, all coming down to 12 months of their deal. You can't afford, as a team, Liverpool Football Club cannot afford to let all 3 leave this football club. They just can't on freeze. No. It just can't happen. So they got to sort out something of that. Also, they know they got to buy players to fill gaps in the team that need filling at the same time. And we need to get rid of some of the deadwood at the same time, or loan out some players to free up some room. It is a lot of work to do in one summer, especially when you also got a new manager that's coming. Now, I thought that was quite a sensible tweet, and I thought he was right as well. And it makes sense when you think of it and you say it out loud like that. That is why I do think we will buy players. And Richie Hughes did talk about August for a reason. He did talk about August for a reason, and we are going to leave it late. But if I remember rightly, when Jurgen Klopp joined Liverpool, his first transfer window, he only bought Grujic, didn't he?
Yeah, Grujic.
And because he said he wanted to assess the team to know what he wanted.
Bought Klavan. He said he'd wish he bought Klavan that season, but he didn't. He bought him the season later.
Well, yeah, we got Grujic, and he wanted to assess the team to know. And when they say assess the team, it's because they want to know what players they go buy for the longevity. It's not just about filling a hole to please the fans. It's about longevity, about, getting a player in. That's why Liverpool are looking at the ages of 21 to 24, because they want longevity out of players. And Liverpool are trying to do that. Now they're trying to get these contracts. If they get these contracts sorted, especially Virgil and Trent, I expect Liverpool to buy players. I don't expect a massive load of footballers to come into the club. I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 2 players we sign this summer, and that's a centre back and a DM, alongside keeping Salah and Trent and Virgil signing new contracts. Now I'm going to say I think that's perfectly an all right summer for our first one under a new regime. We've also got the January window where Liverpool are usually very active in January. So it wouldn't shock me if Liverpool did something in January. And then the following summer is where I believe Liverpool will have a bigger transfer window because Arne Slot have had 12 months at the football club. What do you reckon, K-Mac?
Don't disagree with any of that. I think the left-sided centre-back and another midfielder who can play on the left-hand side, I think is important. Depending on how well that player is we get, then that could determine on whether we finish second or third for me. If we get like an Edison, who's basically like a Caicedo for me, he's actually better on the ball than Caicedo. So if we got like an Edison or even like a Hoyland,
guys, I'm not saying make our first transfer in January. I said buy players this summer and also buy players in January.
Yeah.
I'm not saying just wait till January to buy a player. Sorry if you misheard that, guys, or I misspoke. I mean buy players this summer and buy players in January.
Yeah.
Go on, K-Mac.
So if we got like an Edison or a Hoyland who plays for Sporting, who had a really good Euros, that's a pretty good upgrade on Endo, if I'm honest. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Like, that is a pretty good upgrade on Endo. And then if you're putting in like a left-sided centre back who could play left back in Asio or even Pancho, Hinakape, someone like that, then I think that's a good solid backup for Virgil and also for Robbo. If he even plays Robbo, I don't know. Like, who knows? So I think you look at those 2 areas. I think those 2 areas are important, and I think if you strengthen those 2 areas well, we could overtake Arsenal. Because I don't particularly think we need anyone in the front line, because we all know we're going to keep Diaz and we all know we're going to keep Nunes. So there's no point even talking about like a player to go there, because we're not signing anyone to go in that position. And if we're going to play Gakpo or Hakpo or however you say it, I always say it wrong, on the left-hand side, then you're going to get a better outcome from that area of the pitch. And then you got Diaz as back up there, then I'm cool with that. And obviously, you've got Dom could be back up to Salah. Like if Salah doesn't play right side and he plays him as a 9, or he's played him as a 9 already, by the way, then who knows? But he's gone on the US tour, Dom and Salah has. So we'll see what happens with those 2. We'll see where they play, because I think it'd be interesting to see where they play. Because if you look at it as well, I don't want to waffle on, but if you look at it as well, he hasn't got a huge amount of time with the full squad. So there's going to be a lot of playing players into positions in the season, because we haven't really got a break either. We do all the pre-season. A lot of them come back when we start. So like literally a week or 2 before we even start the season, they come back. So they won't get any actual game time unless they do a few behind the closed door games. They go straight into the season. Then you've got that big run, and then you've got internationals. So you're going to have like 2 months before you get internationals for them to then work on more tactics and stuff. But they're all going to be going on internationals as well. So I think a lot of it is going to be on the fly, which it always seems to hit us. Always seems to hit us. And we have so many players who go far in internationals. Like, and we complain about all our players sometimes. I mean, you do realise that like pretty much our entire squad, like all the best players in all of our positions, pretty much made it to like semi-final finals in every competition in the world.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like, and we say we want all these other players. We have got players that play high-end football in high internationals. Like, they are the best in the world.
It is. Look, all players play too much football. There's no doubt about that. I believe haven't the players just signed something like a petition against FIFA about the amount of games they're playing, because they are rinsed and dry. There is no doubt about it. No, I want signings to be made this summer. I've said it. If we only buy a centre back and a defensive midfielder, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
With Trent and Virgil signing new deals, I know what people go say in the comments. Oh, you're a top red. Contracts are not transfers. I know that. I'm not a div. It's about.
I don't know, but those three are really, really important.
But they're such important players. It just helps the team knowing that we got them for the longevity. Do you know what I mean? It just helps longevity knowing we've got these superstar players. So, if we get a DM, the DM's got to be good, like a proper good DM and a good centre back to come in, because Matip has left. Kwanzaa is obviously a good talent, but he's young. You don't want to rely on him too much at the moment. Joe Gomez, I feel like, is the versatile defender that's going to play in any part of the back four when needed. Virgil's going to be your number one centre back, probably with Kanate right now. So you're looking for getting another centre back in, but we need a left-sided centre back. Every other centre back we got really plays right side. We need that left-sided centre back, and the one we linked with the most is Inyasau, ain't it? So
we need a left footer, mate. We haven't got a left footer.
Yeah. No, and that's
it. Really helps. It really helps to switch your play as well with the left footer. We don't have to keep on turning back into the right, and we got pressed quite a lot in that area. I mean, we conceded quite a lot of goals because we are so right-sided because of all the right-footed defenders. Want it on their natural side.
And don't get me wrong, guys, in the chat, I'm not saying Kwanzaa ain't ready. He is ready. I'm just saying he's a young guy. You don't want to.
I'm not giving Kwanzaa like 40, 50 games next season. No way.
Yeah, he doesn't need to play too many games. He'll play his part because he's a good, exciting young player, but you don't want him to be overexposed at the same time. You want to look after him, make sure he has a long career. So you need another player coming in. Then you've got nice rotation there. I saw Ravi have a comment about the cup games. Cup games are always about rotation. No one really plays their full strength game in cup games all around the semi-final mark. So again, you need good rotation in them areas. And if Trent is going to sign a new deal, I expect he's going to be the right back for Liverpool. That's Conor Bradley is his number 2. We're sorted at the right back area for the years to come. Left back may be a bit of an issue. Robbo and Tsimikas, I don't think either are massively favoured. So we'll see what they do there eventually. Getting a new centre back in. You've got 5 centre backs. Virgil, Kanate, Gomez, Kwanzaa, and the new centre back. You've got 5 centre backs. I mean, how many more do we bloody need? Then the midfield area. If you just get that quality defensive midfielder in our team, it frees up McAllister. It frees up Szoboszlai, because Szoboszlai doesn't have to do the box to box thing anymore. If you've got a proper DM there who can get across the pitch. So you don't need. So Szoboszlai, it frees him up to get the other end of the pitch that's where he's best. I keep saying this. Szoboszlai's not a build-up player from midfield. He's a finisher. He likes to get on the end of things or dribble out wide, get crosses in, shoot from outside the box. That's what Szoboszlai likes to do. So you don't really want him on the halfway line building up play, do you? I mean, it's not his game. McAllister could do that. Curtis Jones can do that. Harvey Elliott can do that. Gravenberch, they can do that. But we've got to free up players. So if you get that proper DM in, it just frees up our midfield straight away. And then we've got 5 forwards. Now, if they just hit the back of the net 2 or 3% more than they did last season, I think everyone forgets.
Mate, if you keep Jota fit, for another 10 games, then you got another 5 goals there.
And if you I think we scored 86 Premier League goals last season.
We scored more goals than we've ever scored in one other season.
Yeah, it's 86 Premier League
Like
goals.
since we had Jurgen, like so, we absolutely belted in loads of goals,
Yeah,
but we
I'm
missed
just
loads of chances. Like,
yeah.
so many chances.
So, so I want these contracts signed, and I want us to buy
Yeah.
2 players in the summer, and then there is a January window where if a right winger is available, it wouldn't shock me. Liverpool do like buying wingers in January, so
We do. It's a
it
good
it
point.
wouldn't shock me if Liverpool go and get a right winger in the January window, and that sets us up for the second half of the season. Then freshens it up a little bit, sets it up for the second half of the season. So hopefully that's what the club are looking at. Yeah, we scored 448 goals in all competitions, but we could have scored 648. That's how many chances we create, man.
That's an
That's how many
amazing
chances we
start.
create.
That's an amazing start.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Liverpool just
250 of those were Nunes.
yeah. Darwin could have broke records if he actually
I don't know, mate. I reckon 40 of them were probably Virgil as well. Did you see how many he missed?
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
sort out those headers
The
front of
size and
goal.
Virgil is as good as heading the ball as I've seen. His size and stature, he should be getting 10 goals a season.
He's got 50 pence head sometimes.
Yeah, you just
Like,
you see the way he heads
a goal and
you
heads it
see the way
wide.
he
I'm like,
headers it
what?
out of his own box. The man headers it out of his own box and it goes 40 yards. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a
Well, do
colossus.
you remember that setup? Do you remember that setup for Jota when he headed it to him,
Yeah,
like from his own area, and he set him up?
yeah. It's just yeah. If he can just do that in the box, yeah. I just feel like we
Yeah,
need
you're right. You're right.
a left-sided centre back, just so Virgil can have
Yeah,
a bit of time out occasionally.
100%, mate.
Because we
100%.
can't keep
He doesn't need to
rinsing him
play
out
all
for
those
everything.
games.
We literally can't just keep rinsing these players out constantly. So they do need breaks. And if you can get a left-sided centre back, which is high quality, you know, it's not going to be as good as Virgil. What we go by is just going to be as good. But
I would say as well that that's probably a huge part of his contract. Talking about his contract is like don't play me like more than any other player's ever been played in the
because he made a
5
point of it after the
competitions last
Euros.
Season.
He made a
Like,
point of it
what?
after the Euros. He made a point of it after the Euros, didn't he? About the amount of games he's played. You know, let's think about it. Since he came back from that massive injury, he's not stopped playing.
He never had a rest, mate. Never had a rest.
So he does need someone to come in and just take his, you know, if we're playing I don't know, a Fulham at home, does Virgil need to play all the time? Like a Leicester at home, does Virgil need to play? You know, we could just rest and rotate a little bit better. So a left-sided centre back, a quality defensive midfielder with the midfielders that we already got in that area to freeze everything up, changes the whole aspect of our team. And we look far better for it. So hopefully, guys, some good news is coming out on the horizon. Hopefully some good news. Hopefully in a few days' time, Trent does sign this new deal. We're all loving it, enjoying life. And then Virgil follows suit. And then we start hearing some whispers of some transfer activity starting to happen. So fingers crossed for all that.
It does look like the Gahey transfers out now because they want more than 70 million for him.
Yeah, which I don't blame. He had a good Euros, didn't he?
I know, and also
plus they're losing all their stars. Yeah. Kubo's one's weird.
Well.
Do you know the Kubo one? It is weird, right? But I do think there is something in it. I know they've said it's off, like they haven't spoke, but I do think there is something in it. I do think
in case people didn't know, Man United offered him a ridiculous deal last year, and he turned them down.
Yeah, he signed a contract with Sociedad, didn't he? I also look at Kubo and think he can play the 10 role as well. Because he's a technical player.
And if you look at it really, so if you look at Kubo and you look at Harvey Elliott, is there much difference? Really? Is there much difference? Like,
I just not
Harvey
much.
Harvey Elliott is ready to kind of kick on and maybe score more goals, but he's definitely providing more assists. Like, I don't want to block Harvey Elliott's path, and if you're getting Kubo to play in a 10, then that's where Harvey Elliott can shine. So I'm not sure about that one now, thinking about it more. I don't want to block players' paths who deserve to play more. And
I
Elliott
love we
genuinely
love
deserves to
Harvey.
play more.
Yeah,
Deserves to play more.
Harvey's.
Yeah.
I think the only difference is that I think Kubu's probably a little bit quicker, but Kubu's not lightning
he's a
quick.
winger. He's a proper winger, but not a pacey winger, but he is a proper winger.
I like Elliott. Gina says, "Well,
as well.
Dean, how do you say this geezer's surname? Is it Hewson?
Donny Hoyson.
Hoyson, that's it, Hoyson. I like the sauce.
Yeah. Crispy duck and pancakes and hoisin sauce.
Yeah, Hoisin sauce. Yeah, there you go. A lot of rumours about this guy from Juventus. He's a young defence. He's like 20 years of age as well.
19.
19. He's got a bright future.
He's 6'5". 6'5".
Yeah, I see him scoring a goal as well. He's definitely a talent. It won't surprise me. Big up, Gina. That's a great shout. It wouldn't surprise me if that was someone.
He's a right footer, by the way.
He's right-footed. He's right-footed.
He had a good loan with Roma. He played like 25 games, I think. It's really interesting though because he's Spanish, but he was born in Holland, in Amsterdam. So he's another Dutch player. But he can play for Spain or Holland. So I don't know. Like he'll cost like 25 million. I think it's a bit much. I think it's a bit much.
Centeno says Elliott is more of a midfielder, Cooper is more of a winger, and has unbelievable pace, almost as good as Salah with his dribbling 100 million if he had a striker. Yeah, that's the thing. I know someone's saying about Kubu's stats as well. He was their second top goal scorer for Real Sociedad last season. But Real Sociedad only scored 50 goals as a team.
They were garbage.
They only scored 50 goals as a team. So, and apparently what a lot of people have said is that Kubu laid on a lot of quality assists that strikers missed. So
that reminds you of someone else.
Yeah. So maybe his stats maybe his stats are a bit maybe not as bad as it really looks. I'm not sure. Again, with stats as wingers, I think we're just so used to what Mo does on that right hand side. No one's going to do that. You know.
Do you want to know why I think we won't sign him? Yeah. I don't think we'll sign him, and the main reason is we didn't sign Michael Elise. Like, if you're going to sign a player that's ready to kick on, can score goals, loads of assists, really, really top player, loads of pace, really tricky, very creative, absolutely phenomenal player. I can't speak highly enough of him. You would have signed Michael Elise for 45 million. You just would have. I don't think Liverpool are looking. I don't think Liverpool are looking.
The only thing with Elise, I think Elise just want to play. He's not going to play. That's the only problem. I think at Bayern Munich, he's just going to be their number one right winger.
You could have said to him, all right, and you're going to be a number 10 then, mate. Like, Elise can play.
The thing
left,
is,
right, centre.
That's if the slot wants to play a number 10. He said
exactly,
it himself.
Exactly.
He said it himself. I'm more of a 4-3-3 man. So it's Dutch. 4-3-3's in their blood, guys.
You know what? You know what will be funny if he goes more of a 4-3-3 guy, and then he plays 3 centre backs, 3 midfielders, and 4 up front.
Yeah, just goes.
I didn't tell you which way round it was.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like he's Dutch, and it is bred in them that they're 4-3-3. I mean, that's just the thing. They invented the bloody formation.
Let's just hope you didn't read that book you were reading last night.
Oh my God, no. What is it? What was that quote Pep Linda said? If the ball smiles, the player smiles, and the coach smiles
too.
What is that quote?
Throw yourself under
what is that quote? Why is the ball smiling firstly?
Mate, he made about 1.5 million off that book.
Yeah, he's got volume 2 coming out, hasn't he? Yeah, he's got volume 2 coming out. But yeah, I look at.
Just wrote 3-3-4 would be mad. It would, wouldn't it? But it'd be great to watch.
That it's such a FIFA formation, ain't it? That is such a FIFA formation. Just get all your best players in the pitch.
Remember, like Championship Manager, and you used to do the Christmas tree formation.
Yes,
You had
yeah.
one
The old Terry
defender,
Venables.
one anchor man.
That's it. The old Terry Venables formation.
Yeah.
Used to work quite well back in the day. I want to sign Nico Williams and Yarmil from Barcelona. Yeah. You know what's mad about Nico Williams? I know he had a great Euros. I'm still not massive on him, but
no, I'm not either.
You know, he wants
I'm
300 grand a week. 300 grand a week. He what? And I just look at him. I look at his club form. It's not
patchy.
It's patchy, and his stats. You know, people talk about stats. His stats ain't the greatest. And Yarmel, look, I'd have Yarmel out of the two, no shadow of doubt. That I don't know how Barcelona do it. You know, it's like Messi met him as a baby and kissed him on the head and just gave him his powers. I'm telling you, that's what happened. That's literally what happened.
I'm telling you now, and Yamal's 20.
Yeah,
Yamal's 20 years old.
He does look a lot older than 16, don't he?
Yamal is 20 years old. I am telling you, Yamal's 20 years old.
He's built like a kid in his 20s.
It will be revealed eventually. He is 20 years old.
I have never seen a 16-year-old that looks like him. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I'm telling you, when Messi met him as a baby, he passed on some of his powers.
He did.
He just did. He gave him like 10%, just a little bit, you know.
Didn't Messi actually say that this guy will win a Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
And he say like this not the baby, like he like pointed at the baby. This baby will win a Ballon d'Or. No,
it's that all started.
Yamal will win a Ballon d'Or.
It all started from Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho kissed Messi, gave him some of his powers.
That's how it works.
And then it's just gone down and down and down and down. Yeah, and Yarmel's got to be the next. He's got to be the next superstar, no doubt about it. But guys, yeah, appreciate you all joining us today.
Have you seen what Alex put? Bring that up.
Jesus Christ! Don't.
Yeah, we're not going to go there, mate.
Yeah,
it's a long night.
He just looks a lot older than 16. There is no doubt about that.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the guy that? Have you seen the guy that Brighton signed, Malik?
No.
He looks about 30. He's 18. You seen the picture of him?
What is going on?
We've got this new player. You're like, what? What veteran? He's like 18. Mad things, honestly. Yeah, you got those passports from Albert.
But guys, we're going to leave it there. If we hear any more news, obviously we'll be back with another video on all this. But guys, you're going to be sent a Coppish right now. So when you go to Coppish, everyone in the live chat, put hashtag Jamie Phillips Raid. Hashtag Jamie Phillips Raid in the Coppish live chat. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much. Enjoy Coppish. Hashtag Jamie Phillips Raid in the live comments on Coppish. Bye-bye.